Hello, and thank you for joining me, Shani Lee, for this post-workout / recovery stretch. I'm currently on retreat in the Bolivian Amazon, where I've been for the past few months for work, taking a bit of time off for me to kind of reconnect. But I wanted to share this flow with you. It's not so much vinyasa yoga as much as it is my personal routine that I do after a workout. And so I thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the mat. So we're going to get started here today in Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose, with the soles of the feet together. They can be close to you or further away, whatever feels better for you. If you're more like this, don't worry about it. Also, if you have pillows or blocks you can put underneath your knees to help. Whatever works for you. If this doesn't work, just find a nice cross-legged seat. And I invite you to close your eyes and settle into this moment, into this space. Listen to the sounds around you. Listen to your body, whether or not you're doing this after a workout. How does it feel in this moment? We'll take one more round of breath here. And exhale, sigh it out. Now I invite you to start to find gentle movement in your body. I like to start moving my neck, sway side to side, maybe make more of a rainbow or circular shape in your movement. Just whatever works for you. For one more round of breath here. And come back to center. If your eyes are closed, I invite you to open them. And let's gently push into our right knee. Extend to the left a little bit. Come through center. Exhale, switch that out. Come back through center and exhale, fold. Releasing into our body with our breath. And roll back up, and if you need to adjust on your mat or your space however you need, we're going to now stretch our legs out nice and straight, Paschimottanasana. Maybe you draw the flesh from your sit bones, arms reach up, nice big stretch. And exhale, fold it forward. If you don't touch, that's again fine. You can also bend your knees slightly. You can also put a pillow underneath your knees, whatever you have access to. Yoga isn't about looking how the instructor looks in each of the poses, about connecting breath, mind, and body. Giving thanks to our bodies for all they can do. One more round of breath here. And slowly roll it up. And we're going to bring our left foot in, open our hips out. So we're turning a little bit so that we're not just facing straight. Janu Shirsasana, arms reach up again. And this time we'll extend our hand towards our extended leg. For me, it's the right and right. Trying to keep an open chest, as if your chest is in between two panes of glass. Seeing if you can't sink just a little bit deeper each round. One more round of breath here. And now I invite you to straighten up just so that you can turn your torso better towards your extended leg, and now fold over it in that way. Slightly different stretch here. If you want, you can grab opposite foot with opposite arm. So grabbing your right foot with your left hand if it reaches. Again, you can always bend your knee to add a little bit more space, or put even a fist underneath your knee. One more round of breath here. Roll it up, and now hug your left knee into your chest as you rotate your hips again so that everything's square. And we're going to cross right arm over left knee. Left hand comes back to support. Find a nice little twist here. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. For one more round of breath. And slowly unwind, and now we'll take that on the other side. So I'm gonna rotate here on my mat so you see me better, but now the left foot is out, and we bring our right foot in as we open up slightly. If this looks opposite of you, it's just because of the camera. Arms reach up, and exhale, reach left hand for your left foot. Sigh into this. Janu Shirshasana. Again, if you don't touch, that's totally fine. You can also use like a strap or like your workout gym towel to create more space if that's needed. One more round of breath here. Juicy side opener. And inhale, lift up just enough to turn your torso more towards your extended leg, and then reach back out on the exhale. Staying connected to our breath. As you already start to roll up, and again we draw now right knee in, readjusting our hips so that they're square, and left arm reaches up and cross your left elbow outside of your right knee. Right hand supports you behind to find a nice twist. Enjoying the stretch. One more round of breath. Exhale, slide out. Unwind. And we're going to come on to our hands and knees. So however you need to rotate on your mat to do that, find your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Find some gentle movement here. Tabletop Bharmanasana pose. And then as you're ready, find your center, find stillness, and drop your belly towards the earth, shine your chest forward, Bithilasana cow pose. Exhale, draw it all in, tuck everything, push your shoulder blades towards the sky, cat pose, Marjaryasana. 2 more times. On your own breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then as you're ready, come back center and start to bring your knees underneath you, sitting your hips down on your heels into Thunderbolt or Warrior pose. Hero pose, not Warrior. And I like to rock back, stretching into the front part of my ankles. You can use your arms as a counterbalance if you want. You can kind of rock back and forth if that feels good in your body. Whatever works best for you. And then slowly set it back down on the earth. Come back into our tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath you. Take a little stretch there if you need to. We're going to be coming into our first downward facing dog of the flow. So as you are ready for that, lift your hips, send them back, and maybe step back if that's what you need to come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Grounding down on all 10 fingers. Pedal it out here. Shift side to side, whatever feels good. And then come to stillness. Sink just a little bit more. Weight in your left foot. Lift your right leg up into the sky if you have the space. And we're going to step our foot all the way between our hands. Drop our back knee and come into Anjaneyasana, low crescent moon lunge pose. Your hands can be up. If your arms are really tired, you can have them on your front knee. And I invite you not to sink all the way into this just yet. Really enjoy the hip flexor and quad stretch from here. And then if you want, you can let your right hand drop to the right side and extend the left arm over, stretching a little bit even more into the hip flexor. One more round of breath here. Arms reach up next inhale, exhale, fold your chest over your front leg, and now rock your hips and your weight back so that you are on your front heel, front toes in the air, Ardha Hanumanasana, half Lord of the Monkeys pose. Bow down if that feels good. And you can also rock back and forth between lunge and this if that feels better for you. One more round of breath. And come back forward, and now walk your front foot out just a little bit more and really now sink into your front hip. Coming into a lizard type of variation. If you want to come into full lizard, you can. If you want to lift up to intensify this, you can. Whatever feels good for you. And then the other option is also to keep your hand on the mat, your left hand, and open your right hip out. You can do 1, 2, or all 3 of these. Now let your knees start to come in. If it was out, place your hands either on the inside or surrounding your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your hips up, and fold over your chest. Now a deeper hamstring stretch, pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. If you really want to get spicy with this, you can keep your left hand down and revolve by extending your right hand into the sky. But again, we're focusing more on recovery than anything else. Last round of breath here. And now, as you're ready, put your weight more in your hands so that you can cross your front shin underneath you and wiggle your way back into pigeon pose. Ekapataraja Kapottanasana. So here, if it works in your body, you can add a quad stretch, either right or left hand. You can reach back and grab your foot. Again, it's whatever feels best in your body. If you have the bind, you can release it. You can also now start to fold your chest down. Really sink into this. Still connecting with the breath. One more round of breath here. Place your weight back into your hands as you slowly start to lift up. Take one more little nice juicy stretch here. And I invite you to step your leg back and come back into our downward facing dog. Take a few petals here. And then we'll do that all on the other side. So find stillness, weight in the right foot, left leg reaches up into the sky. Bring your knee in as far as you can and then set it down. Setting then your back knee down and rising up into low Anjaneyasana crescent lunge pose. Again, if it's a lot in your hands, you can bring them down to your knee. And again, I encourage you not to set everything into your hips right now. And now, if it's accessible, let your left hand either be on your hip or hang into the sky as you reach your other arm overhead. Intensifying our hip flexor stretch just a little bit. For one more round of breath. Slowly release, arms reach back up, and exhale, hands plant on the earth as now you shift your hips back, rocking onto the front heel. Ardha Hanumanasana here on the other side. One more round of breath. And now rock it back forward and walk your front foot out just a little bit more so that both of your hands can be on the inside and really now sit into your hip. So you can stay on the ground here. You can lower onto your elbows to come into full lizard. You can push your knee open, rocking onto the outer edge of your left foot, whatever feels good for you. You can also lift your torso without this push to intensify the stretch. Last round of breath. If you have the push, release it, and both of your hands can stay on the inside of your foot, or one can come around it. Tuck your back toes and lift your hips as you drop your chest towards your front leg. Now stretching and lengthening here in pyramid pose. And if you revolved on the other side, maybe try revolving on this side. If that works for you. If you have the twist, slowly release it, placing our weight now in our hands so we can take the weight off of our front leg to be able to cross our shin underneath us to now come into pigeon here on the other side. Drop your hips towards the earth, untuck your back toes. And if you did the quad stretch on the other side, I invite you to try to find it on this side. Again, it doesn't matter what hand you stretch with, whatever feels more accessible to you in this moment. The point here is not to push ourselves anymore. If we are doing this post-workout, it's now slow down, stretch, recover, assimilate. And you can memorize this flow as you see fit and do poses for longer, poses for less, but it's just what I do after almost every hard workout. Slowly start to release, square off your chest, and now drop onto your elbows, sink deeper into your hip. One more round of breath here. And let's come back now onto our hands and sit your hip down, totally fine. And swing it around, and we're going to come on to our backs now. So adjust on your mat as you need in order to do that. Hugging your knees into your chest, give yourself a little massage or a little rock here. And then taking your right foot underneath your left leg, grab it with your left hand. Now let your knee fall out to the side. If this is really intense, you can drop your left foot on the mat, or you can use your right hand to hug your left knee in towards your chest to intensify the quad stretch on the right side. Whatever works for you. One more round of breath here. And now you can keep the grab, or you can release it and extend your leg long, whichever you want. Either way, we're going to draw our left knee over towards the right and extend our right arm out. As you're ready on the next exhale, start to rock it back center, bring both knees in, adjust as you need, and we'll now take that to the other side. So grab your left foot underneath your right leg with your right hand, drop your left knee out, and if it's available, hug your right knee into your chest. One more round of breath here. And on your next exhale, again, either you can let your leg extend out, either way we'll be bringing our right knee over to the left side, extending our right arm out now. Then on your exhale, start to unwind, bring everything back up. And we're going to come into plow pose if that's part of your practice. If not, you can come into bridge and rest for a second. Otherwise, you can start in bridge, walk your shoulders underneath you to Add a little base. I like to come into shoulder stand first and play with that a little bit. Whatever in your practice. And then we can meet a plow pose if that's available to you. And as you're ready to come out of plow, start to unwind, and if you want to rock right up from there, you can. Otherwise, find your way into a seat, or you can rock all the way into forward Malasana, forward Malasana, into Malasana pose, if that works for you. I'm going to turn so that you can see me better here, but sitting our hips down, knees out, elbows pushing into the knees, hands together, yogi squat or garland pose. If this is a lot for you, you can stay up on your knees and just twist as we do a bind. And if this works for you, extend your right arm out, extend the left, and then maybe find a bind. One more round of breath here. Unwind, bring it back together, and we can find that here on the other side. And whatever works in your body. So if this doesn't work, just be in a squat and kind of dip one shoulder in and then the other. Slowly release if you have the bind. Hands come back together. And now hands come to the mat. Lift your hips up. Start to shimmy your feet out to come into wide-legged forward fold. If you want, you can hook your elbows, kind of ragdoll your arms and hang forward. And then on the exhale, start to rock it towards whichever foot you want, right or left. If you have the space, grab that foot, extend the other arm into the sky, twist. And exhale, come to the other side. Inhale, extend. Exhale down, sink in here. And if it's available, you can link your hands behind your head and find a bind. If you have the bind, slowly release it. Start to turn towards the tops of your mat. Bring your feet together. Fold forward Uttanasana. Last moment here. Exhale, sigh everything out. Bend your knees, roll it up on the inhale. Arms reach up into the sky. And exhale, hands come heart center. Tadasana pose. And take a few more moments here. This is the end of my little stretch post-workout sequence. I apologize if the end of this video there's a lot more noise interference potentially in the background or a lot more cuts. They started doing construction right as I was filming, so I was already over halfway through. So hopefully that didn't cause too much of a disturbance, but I hope you enjoyed this practice, and whether or not you want to incorporate it into your own post-recovery flow or not is up to you. But again, thank you for joining me here in the Bolivian Amazon and on the mat. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.